The following program is intended for mature audiences.
Oh yeah, it's busty ladies time. Flesh Wound After Dark. Yeah. I am Flesh Wound Dan. That is producer Todd in the main seat today.
I am. God damn it.
That's fine. That's fine.
It wasn't on purpose, but I am now, so take that.
I am cool with that. I know this is
We're going in the order of fandom, so I'm first today.
Hey, you know what? That's actually cool. I'm a big fan, but you might be even bigger than me on this one. Pugs Dread.
Namaste. Howdy.
So, Pugs, is this like your first time watching these?
The Vixens? Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so
I do like Russ Meyer, but like if I had seen it prior, I don't remember it. So I'm treating this like a first time viewing.
Okay, so that's interesting then. We got a super fan, a huge fan, and a newbie. So it'll be interesting to get the opinions on these movies. But yeah, we are here to talk Russ Meyer's VIXEN Trilogy. If you're unfamiliar with who Russ Meyer is, well, you've got some work to do because that is one of the big exploitation titans, not a triple X director or anything, which a lot of people
shockingly.
Well, he gets close.
He gets very close.
Yeah, I was gonna say like he pushes it like right to the line in some of his movies, but yeah, no, exploitation pioneer, and we'll probably talk about him through these movies, which
these movies that I never ever thought we were going to get a remaster of. Yeah, I'm not even going 4K, just a remaster of, just because the way that the whole after he died, everything was set up. We never thought it was going to happen. We got that one random Faster Pussycat Blu-ray they put out themselves, but yeah, Severin managed to figure out a way to get it done because like I think part of it is that like the money that the Russ Meyer's the foundation makes is supposed to like be for charity, so it's like a whole like charitable thing. There's a lot of red tape to get through to make this happen, and just I was shocked. Yeah, probably one of the few announcements that we've had that we immediately went live for to talk about it. I don't know that yeah, we've done that.
We were together in LA. I don't know if it was the last trip or the trip before.
Yeah, it would have been the last one.
But they announced it, and it was like, fuck, like we need to go live now. And because it was kind of scary. I mean, not that these films would be lost really in the traditional sense, but it's like, fuck, they're just never going to get remastered. Because of that, there might be an entire new legion of fans that these movies will never have. So I'm very, very happy that Severin is putting these out. And well, I guess I don't know if it's been confirmed everything else, but I get a sense pretty much everything else.
Yeah, there's a lot more to go. I'm kind of torn in like I would have rather them come out in order, but I also get why you start with these.
I sort of suspect that they might do a big box set of certain.
Maybe we'll get the Russ Meyer's Nudie Cutie set, something like that, because I think those are hard sell individually. But then we got stuff later like Up, and
I'm a big Mudhoney guy.
Mudhoney, Lorna, all the black and white, like the roughy black and white ones he did. There's like three right away, but Lorna is one of them. Yeah, Mudhoney's great too.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm very excited. However we get it, I'm fine. They don't have to be individual. A big box set of some of the stuff is good as far as I'm concerned.
And I love the fact that the packaging is keeping the red Bosomania, the style of anyone who's collected the old VHS tapes or the old Blu-rays, they were all distinct in either the red or the green. Pandora Peaks did have a green trim instead of red, but very specific look. Like I remember like discovering them at Tower because while they weren't adult, there was the back of the store in the Tower video section where like they had all this something weird, and then they had all these weird red tapes. I didn't know what they were, so I had to find out, and that's how I discovered what Bosomania and Russ Meyer. And I've apologized to my wife. You got to blame Russ Meyer and Elvira for my love of boobs. That's the problem.
I don't apologize for that. They're amazing.
Can Pugs blame it for his blatant racism?
Oh my god,
we'll get into
for
it.
a fucking
Erica
fact,
Gavin's on your
got
list
me,
now.
yeah, she's the best.
But yeah, no, I mean, Russ Myers is another one. Like, I wish I could tell you definitively what my first Russ Meyer film was. The Vixen trilogy was there, but he was just one of those guys I discovered probably Faster Pussycat Kill Kill.
That's
And I
mine.
I'd like just dove into whatever I could grab.
Rob Zombie mentioned it in an interview. That and Hell on Wheels or something. I forgot. Some biker movie.
Motorcycles.
Motorcycles.
No, but I've seen that rules. But anyway, yeah, he's mentioned those two movies, so I watched those immediately, and I'm like, oh, I get it. This is rad.
Yeah, it was that time when I kind of became aware of H.G. Lewis, Russ Meyer, and of course David Friedman, and I just started connecting all the dots, and Harry Novak, and just watching whatever I could with those names attached to them, and yeah, I'm maybe not as big as Todd, but I'm a huge fan. So,
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember what my first was. I really can't. Like, geez, it might have been. Yeah, it's been so long. The one that, but like when I really like got who Russ Meyer was, I think it was through the back door. I loved Taking It Off. Taking It Off, I loved, and I think the Kitten Natividad connection that I like.
And we'll talk. We'll talk about her in our third film. But yeah, I know that's like one of your big movie crushes. I did get to meet her before she passed.
I don't know. There's something special about Taking It Off. The fact Two Live Crew remade the theme song for one of their songs is also really cool. It's like no one gets it, but I pop every time I hear it. That song is very catchy and gets in your brain, and that's a whole other thing we'll talk about eventually, because we'll eventually be Taking It Off.
He's a big figure in cult cinema, because Faster Pussycat Kill Kill is one of the biggest cult movies ever made. That one, and it's endured over the years, and I'm certainly hoping that we get a really good release or re-release technically of that one from Severin as well. But Russ was an interesting guy. I mean, he had to deal with a lot of heavy censorship. Vixen, as crazy as it sounds, is still banned in some areas. So he really suffered a lot in the Vice Squad era, where they would seize prints, and there's a big story that kind of unfolds over these releases about prints being seized and what he had to do. Charles Keating, the head of Citizens for Decent Literature, who's kind of a wealthy fucking asshole who had the politicians in his back pockets at the time, and looking to shut down adult film, which again, this is not Triple X.
Just to you, fuck off.
Yeah, so we'll go back to some of that, but we'll get into the movies now. The first one from 1968, and director, of course, Russ Meyer. We have Vixen, and in this film, while a naive bush pilot flies tourists to the wilderness of northern Canada, his nympho wife gets lonely, or does she? A Mountie, a married couple, and her biker brother drop by while hubby's away. And she fucks them all. So, all right.
Yeah,
I think
the brother
Good
one
Vixen.
got me. I was like,
I
oh,
think-
is one of you adopted? Oh no,
So-
okay.
Todd, or not Todd, I gotta go to you first, Pugs.
Sure.
Erica Gavin, when are you putting the ring on her?
I don't know if she would say yes to me, but the offer is there. I don't know if she still looks as voluptuously delicious as she does in the movie, but I'm willing to take that gamble.
The racism is strong in VIXEN, to say the
What are you
least.
talking about? She's just talking to him like a normal person. That's how I address Rufus. No, the one that popped me the most. Am I allowed to say it on here? Because there's really no hard R's, but the fact that she mentioned the C one, like the way she delivered was fucking amazing. She meant it and felt it. And then the homeboy going, "You white bitch," or whatever the fuck he said. I'm like, I'm in my happy phase here because once she's hot as hell with big old boobs and she's yelling at me, that's gonna get me hard. Challenge accepted.
I mean, some of the lines in here are just like, I mean, again, like she is portrayed, is quite the bitch, so it is what it is. But I mean, there's lines like, he has about as much a chance of getting with me as finding a watermelon in the water. There's lines like that where I'm like, oh my god, I didn't, like, at least as a kid I didn't process how racist this movie is. But obviously,
And very anti-war.
very anti-war. I mean, that's the thing. Russ Meyer does have messaging in his movies. Like, it's not
there.
yeah, that may not be why you're going.
It's like Lloyd. He hides them in the trauma movies too.
I'll be straightforward.
Most good directors do hide their message in there.
Yeah. But the plot to this movie is fucking ridiculous. It's like, we're really making a movie about this? And then I see some big boobs and sex. And I'm like, I guess we are. I'm okay with this. It's a fun fucking ride, man. I'm so glad I'm on board with this. And the verbiage and the denial of homeboy being not a cuck / simp, but he loves his woman. Whatever. She's just giving away to everybody. And the fact he drew that hard line in the sand to that other hot girl that was hitting on him. Like, be decent, bitch.
Oh god, buckwheat can wait. Oh my god. It's so fucking bad. And I think it's kind of funny, like, you can't really spoil this movie, but like how there's like almost kind of like a we cool kind of moment by the end, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, you were such a fucking bitch to him. Like,
he did help save her life, but yeah.
I guess so, but like at that point, like, man, like, holy crap. This movie, I mean, again, anybody out there that watches it, I mean, to bitch about this, like when it was made in 1968 is kind of goofy. But hey, it's a hot movie. I mean, Erica Gavin is absolutely smoking in this. She kind of won over Russ Meyer by the trout striptease scene with the fish. Like, that was like, wow, okay, you're in.
Russ took a chance on her. She's much more flash chested than his other women.
I was going to say Isn't
that wild?
He is not typical for what we see and what we especially see later on. For sure. But in my opinion, very beautiful girl. There's a really hot lesbian scene that inspired Russ Meyer to finally yell cut and then just say, I gotta go change my shorts now. Yeah, so it has everything you could possibly want in the sexploitation film. It is hilarious.
Yes.
The plot, like you said, it kind of almost has a Hicksploitation vibe, which is a sort of subgenre of sexploitation that I like a lot. Movies like Country Cousins and Dirty Mind of Young Sally. Like there was something that always kind of played with that, like Dukes of Hazzard with titties kind of formula that they had.
Yeah, while it doesn't have the actual southern part, the formula for the rest I do agree with, because it's you got the whore going around banging everyone, which is basically
including her brother.
that caught me off guard. I was like, I think I said earlier, the adopted is it's your actual blood brother. Oh, come on, fuck it then.
Yeah,
so the brother and the brother, but he said no.
He also, like a lot of the actresses that he used, Erica Gavin was a topless dancer in LA who got to know Tura Saitana and Haji of Faster Pussycat Kill Kill, and they introduced her to Russ. And
we know a guy that'll love you. Come here.
Well, and Russ was a little bit hesitant to cast her due to the small titties, so that was kind of a hurdle that she had to get over.
Do we know the size of those things? Because they're not small.
No, they weren't. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's not that they were small.
They were Meyer small. That's the word.
Yeah. Someone use that from now on.
I would not call her breasts small, but they're small for a Myers picture.
Yeah. Excuse me, boy, sir. No.
Erica Gavin though did kind of have some issues. Like she was anorexic after seeing herself in this, and she was like down to 76 pounds at one point. So she
was perfect. No, who let her do this?
Yeah. But
Russ is like, your tits will look bigger if you slim down a little bit. Okay.
She overcame it. She's still alive, doing quite well, from what I can tell in the new interviews with her and commentary with her on this. The commentary, I believe, was new.
Oh my god! If I ever see her at a convention, I'm just gonna have her write all the racist words. Just please.
I believe there was a new commentary and an old one. I can't remember. But all the commentaries and all the features from the previous era releases overseas were ported over.
Yeah, they are. I know she's got a new, what I'm pretty sure was a new one at one point. But yeah, no, I mean, this movie I think is entertaining as hell if you're easily offended for obvious reasons with some of these. Don't jump in. But yeah, I mean, he's still doing a social commentary on communism and and racism and all this stuff wrapped inside this wacky sexploitation film. And much like Andy Sidaris, there's a very specific feel to a Russ Meyer movie. A Russ Meyer movie is, if I didn't know, I would know just by the tone, the humor, what have you. Like he really was a special, one of a kind filmmaker, and you just can't recreate it. So this movie is so fucking entertaining. It really is. And it, like I said, up until the very end, she is such a wretched human being to this guy, and then it's just like at the end, it's just like, we cool.
Yeah, but he did kind of save the day.
Yeah,
I think that's why he's like, well, I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for this darky or whatever the fuck she called him. Is that allowed?
She calls him a lot of bad things in this.
Rufus was my favorite. I'm like, I don't even know that's racist.
Yeah, Dan's giving me notes. And I don't even. Yeah, I disagree. We're good.
Yeah. I think the C word's the one, but
I think it's fine.
But yeah, again, as far as Erica Gavin is a 10 in my book. So I think she's fucking beautiful.
9.
She's Russ Small.
She's Russ Small.
You want those kind of titties you could hold on to if you were dangling off a cliff.
Well, not necessarily.
Pretty much.
I'm just giving her shit.
But what do you guys rate this one, or do you have anything else to say about the movie? Because it is just batshit.
I got nothing else to say. I'll just rate it. This is a 4 out of 5 for me. It's entertaining. If you're going into this for a story, it's not for you. But if you're going into it for boobs and entertainment, fuck yeah.
Todd.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to go? I'm gonna try, I swear. 5. I love this movie.
I gotta go 5 too. I mean, it's 71 minutes, I think, of just awesomeness. Like, it's just so funny and like again, dated for sure, but I don't mean that as a negative at all. It's just so, man, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. I envy you if you're diving into a Russ Meyer movie for the first time. So, and if you don't find all the inappropriate shit hilarious like we do, you're gonna at least enjoy the boobs. So there's that.
Yeah.
Great.
All right. So moving on to our next film from 1975. So we're getting kind of a bit of a jump here. Really throughout these 3 movies, you see kind of a little bit of an evolution of
yeah, I know. That's why it's like I'm not watching the timeline properly. It's jarring to me because I like to watch them in order.
Yeah, I get it. So the next one is SUPERVIXENS, also, of course, from writer-director Russ Meyer. In this film, Clint Ramsey must quit his job at Martin Bormann's gas station and flee after his wife is killed by psychopathic cop Harry Sledge, who tries to pin the murder on him.
Rambo fame.
Yes.
Charles Napier.
One of my favorites.
Such an interesting career because Charles Napier, I mean, yeah, he started in, you know, sexploitation, Russ Meyer, but then he managed to break through into the mainstream and do some really big movies. Great character actor. I mean,
interesting look. Like, he stands out.
He does. I mean,
he looks like a man. God damn it.
he does look like a man. Everything from, I mean,
Timothy Shelby, get that little out of here.
It always blows my mind, somebody who can do all these different things. I mean, everything from Fred Olin Ray to Deep Space Nine to Russ Meyer to Rambo. I mean, this dude just did so much, and he's not a household name.
was also in adult films too, so that makes sense.
Well,
Rambo.
no, yeah, briefly, but yeah, I guess it still works. But yeah, no, Charles Napier is the fucking man. But yeah,
Russ wouldn't let him come back when he wanted to. He's like, no, you're already above it now. Because they remain buddies.
Boobs, Russ? Yeah, you want to go make your fucking Oscar movies?
So this one, you do get the ginormous tatas, Todd, in this.
I did this is a poster I have on my wall. Slightly obscured, but it's right there.
Nice. Yes, I was gonna say Yushki Dagard. I'm a big fan of hers. Also still with us. I wish she would like do some more interviews and stuff, kind of be more present in the public. But Yushki Dagard, if you're unfamiliar, there she is there, the cover girl on this one.
Did many reels.
Many reels. So this one still has a lot of like inappropriate, politically incorrect stuff. A little less racist than Vixen. I think maybe that was like
way less racist. I was disappointed in that department.
I knew. What is this? we'll save his ultimate disappointment for the third one, but we'll talk about that when we get
No, that
there.
was upsetting.
Yeah. I thought it was a little bit with Haji and our villain Harry when he thought a blowjob was gay.
I was like, "Are you fucking serious?"
Okay, well, here's the thing.
I guess I'm gay then.
I don't know if that's a Russ thing because,
thought-
like, well, no, well, because I know Russ didn't like give women head till Kitten taught him how.
Oh yeah, there's I think it's on Beneath. The special features kind of jump around. Sometimes they're talking about movies that are not, the one you're watching. But she had Kitten was a freak, man. Like when you hear her talk, like holy shit. Like she talked him into anal, which there's a story about that. It's like, it's nice. I prefer your pussy. Which I think
And her response, well, it was for me, not you.
yeah.
Man, wife that bitch up.
I know.
I was gonna say, here's your ring. The whole scene with Harry and Haji or Super Haji, that shit was just hilarious. There's and this is really kind of getting into more of like a traditional sex comedy. Not traditional really, because again, Russ Meyer has his own zany kind of humor.
Yeah, Looney Tunes ending, no way traditional.
Yeah. Poor Haji is basically begging for Harry to kill her during the scene where he punches her out, and it's like, that's what you get for being sassy.
That was really just an outtake that made it into the film.
I love it. The whole portion where our hero Clint gets picked up by Yushki the guard and her old man, literally, and he's trying to ignore the fact that they fuck like a Looney Tunes cartoon, like all over the place, and he's just trying to like sort of tune this out. At one point, I can't really describe it any other way. It is like a dirty Looney Tunes kind of humor. But where does this rank for you guys? I know the first one I suspect is going to be your favorite, Pugs, but where does this stand for you, Todd? I know this is the poster you said you have on the wall.
Well, it is. I don't know if that means it's my favorite of them. It's just the one I could get. But I enjoy this one quite a bit. There's not many Russ Meyer films I don't, but this is more of the later Looney Tunes-ish kind, like because like Mudhoney, Lorna, like some of those early ones, like those gritty, dark, nasty ones. I think they're which I do look forward for Pugs. You're getting to see some of those too. But yeah, no, this one's fun. It's not my favorite of the trilogy, but it's still a good time. It's fun. Beautiful women. If you like boobs, plenty of them. You got Charles Napier, and I still don't know, and I got to rewatch, but because he's also Harry and Harry and Raquel.
Yeah, I figure we'll talk about that one.
Yeah, but I can't remember if he's the same Harry. But now I'm like rewatching, and I'm like, I still need to figure that out.
I think much like Andy Sidaris, it's kind of like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I do too, but I just need that confirmation.
Did you guys laugh your ass off when the old man busts in and catches Yushki cheating on him, and he calls her a German slur, and then she gives him the Elon salute? That
my jacket.
Yeah, I mean, this whole thing is just like, Yeah, it's like Looney Tunes with fucking. Like this poor Clint guy just can't catch a break. Like he's in this bizarre world where every single human being is a complete nympho, and he's just trying to
Dan's
live.
world.
Dan's like, where's this address? Where do I
Yeah,
go?
it's like I need to fucking live there.
Vacation, gentlemen.
Just hang out with Harry. That's like what heaven is like. You just go up there.
That's what it is.
And it does. This movie literally it ends on a Roadrunner gag.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why I was like, is this really how we're ending the fucking movie? Okay. Yeah. And then we have a montage of banging. Like, you know what? Kobe. It's in.
Yeah, just like the whole dynamite thing. And I'm like, this is just gold.
The look on Napier's face, too.
The chicken on the dick. He's like, look, you let go of my cock. Yeah, man. This is just a wacky movie, and I realize there's some of you that are gonna watch this and just think like, what the hell are these guys talking about? This was stupid.
Hey man, this was the highlight of the short bus whenever that was brought up. Like, we are entertained by this.
And
it has more of a like straightforward story than Vixen, but it's still like cartoony and animated, and again, a bunch of pretty ladies with fucking big tits. It's great shit.
and this one is another weird story too, because we got this bizarre reincarnation plot kind of going too, where it's like it could be a little confusing to some people, I'm sure, but yeah, and this was a big hit for him too. SUPERVIXENS hit big at the box office, and
I wonder why.
Feast on it.
I know his wife Edie Williams did try and sue for the profits off of this and failed, so Russ was able to beat her. But
was it her fucking life story? Was that left off the table?
It might have been. Maybe there was a hairy sledge that chased Russ around.
That's hilarious. Russ was just watching Looney Tunes and he's hearing something out in the barn. What the fuck's going on? Made this whole movie.
And we also get the great Sharon Kelly in here as Super Cherry. Hopefully I don't screw up any of the character names.
You haven't mentioned Super Angel, Sherry Eubank.
Shari Eubank, who is also...
I also just happened to find her other film, Chesty Anderson, U.S. Navy, too.
Ooh, well, that sounds like we're going to have to review it, too. So
we'll do some Meyer adjacent films in the future.
Yeah,
that
we can
qualifies.
That qualifies. He's got his actor troupe that he goes back to quite a bit. But yeah, no, I mean, this is probably for me equally as entertaining and strange in a different sort of way. Like I said, minus the racism, there is a good deal of homophobia in this one, though. So,
what do you mean?
It's like we can't mock black people. Like let's just homophobia. Let's go hard. So that's what he does. Any other thoughts about this?
No, this is fun, man.
Yeah.
This is yeah, I agree with you, Dan. It's on par with the first one. Yeah. I would have loved a little more racism, but that's just me.
Well,
I got distracted by the boobs, so I was good.
Yeah. Yushki Dagard delivers on the boob front. Yeah. I really would. That, you know what? I know we don't do a lot of interviews, but I would 100% interview her. Like, that would be so cool.
I know, and I have it somewhere, and it's more for the homage, but there's a cover, and I can't remember the UK magazine that Tara Patrick redid this look and shot and like did a photo shoot in the SUPERVIXENS outfit to recreate the poster.
That's really
that's
cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool. I heard that Yushki was writing like an autobiography or something, but it's been years now, so I don't know if that's still coming. But she's got an interesting life story. So hopefully it'll happen eventually. What do you guys rate this one?
I will give it another 4.5 out of 5. It's too fun not to enjoy that much.
I'm gonna give it a 5, and I swear not every Russ Meyer film will be a 5, but this one.
I'm a 5 too. I mean, we're
You
marks.
can't make that
tonight.
promise.
No, there's a Pandora Peaks doesn't do a lot. Well,
Okay.
They're not all 5.
Yeah,
They're
some of the Mondo ones are some of the nudie cuties. After the first, those they do get repetitive.
Well, nudie cuties, I mean, in general, were because
I get that. I'm saying so that's
Yeah.
an issue with them.
because you always had to frame it as like documentary, so it had to be a nudist camp. I mean, that's what most of them were, and they're fun. I always tell people that ask me like, well, where should I start with retro sexploitation? And in regards to the nudie cuties, I'm like, I mean,
Just watch the documentary that's sexploitation, and you'll get your education on the nudie cuties. And
I
then if you
enjoy
wanna
them,
dive in.
But if you're going
It
to ask
is-
any individual person, Dan is the guy.
well, with nudie cuties, if you've seen one or two, you've kind of seen them all for the most part. But I do find them entertaining. I do enjoy them.
They're
There's an-
definitely easy background and do other shit while they're on. Like,
Yeah, that sexploitation doc that you reference from Frank Henenlotter and the gang, that is an amazing doc. Even if this really isn't your sort of thing, that sexploitation is a fantastic doc. It doesn't spend a ton of time on Russ Meyer, from what I remember.
there's a section, but yeah, I'm really just throwing that out there specifically if you really want to get
Yeah.
your history and like learn your like nudie cuties.
Yeah,
He does come up in it.
Wealthy and all of that. Like that'll answer all your questions. So yeah, highly recommended that documentary. All right,
All right.
we're moving along.
I do
fast.
want to throw out in between here that
Mhm.
Up was also released as part of the VIXENS trilogy, renamed later and it's really not, but
Did
I
it
do.
come after Beneath Vixens, or would it?
No, it came in between. It was released as Up, but a distributor had changed the title, and I can't remember. Was it ULTRA-VIXENS? I can't remember exactly what they called that one, but it even got some DVD releases under the title, but it's unofficial. But sometimes that one is included.
When something makes money, they're going to try and find a way to
And
attack.
it's got Kitten, and it's kind of in between the two, so that one made sense, and it kind of has the same tone, which I do love Up, and I can't wait to talk about Up too. But when we get the Blu-ray 4K,
Well, I don't know if you noticed, I got really excited when you said there's another one because I want more of these.
you're gonna get more in tone, if not by the name.
Oh, okay, because this one out of the park for me. But go ahead, Dan. Read whatever you got to do.
Oh, okay. I was
All right.
Even with the scene on it.
So this next one from 1979, and director Russ Meyer, but also writer Roger Ebert.
Yeah,
That Roger Ebert.
his second film with Russ.
Second, yeah, I was gonna.
This motherfucker was. Anyway, go ahead. Because sometimes I hate that man, and other times like, yeah, you're broken clock. You're right twice a day.
Yeah, Up was right after SUPERVIXENS, year after. This is like 3 years after. So
Okay, so from 1979, Beneath the Valley of the ULTRA-VIXENS, and in this film, believe it or not, even small town USA still has people who are unfulfilled and unrelieved in the midst of plenty. Lavona and Lamar could have the perfect relationship were it not for Lamar's obsession with anal sex. So yeah, that's the story. Lamar just he likes the Hershey Highway.
He likes what he likes. God bless him.
He likes what he likes. And
Edward
Pudgy.
James almost straight out of jail. You seen American Me?
yeah. This one is just as crazy. This is like narrated by the old farmer, the character from the last film with Yushki Dagard's husband. And it's kind of like a lot of interconnecting vignettes with these people in a small town and their sex lives. And yeah, so Kitten Natividad at this point, who was also with Russ Meyer, who also, I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but he has a good book about him because believe it or not, Russ Meyer was fucking a lot of his co-stars, including the men.
Don't say. Oh, I did not know that.
That's a thing.
Oh,
But
good for
and that included Kitten Natividad. So I am.
Yeah, they were together for towards the end. Then
Yeah.
I think then Pandora peaks later, but
She has in her interview, she talks about, once again, she met him at a club dancing, which was kind of the go-to for us. And she talked about doing Up for him and being dubbed in for that one. And Russ's involvement in the Sex Pistols movie, which is also a good story in the extra features. But she talks about kind of cheating on him and everything. She said he had a massive hog, so she at least put him over if you're going to cheat on him.
she said, she got she got into the drugs, and so she wasn't about that. So
this movie, once again, kind of a heavy Looney Tunes vibe, like just with nymphos and bath salts. In this one, it's like Pugs, I can tell that you love this because there is there is Martin Bormann. We have a Nazi character in this, and like a lot of just weird, random sex.
Junkyard Sal.
Junkyard. Who the fuck puts Vaseline on a vibrator? That's kind of a you're gonna ruin the vibrator. What's going on here?
It could be made for that. I don't know if back in the day if they were, but now they're water safe and shit. Oh yeah, but Junkyard Sal is probably the only part I'm like, I don't really need to see this. Like, I get it. Like, people like Dan probably fucking love that shit. Dark meat. No? Oh, okay, cool. Like, because the
4K, you could actually see her a lot better.
She was murdered in 1984, so just before
I'm not talking to the.
She was what?
She was killed. She was shot in 1984. So
a person of color being shot? How rare?
June Mack. R.I.P.
Rest in peace, I guess. But not too far.
Her one film role.
The scene where Kitten is trying to seduce her man by doing everything to distract him from his work, and the milk, giving him the foot job, and then again, like you said, he likes what he likes, and and
good.
No, I was saying she kicks off this wacky Looney Tunes adventure. That's the last time you'll screw me in the ass. And then slams the door.
Little does she know, stupid bitch. No, for me, I think he fucking hit the road running on this. It has the perfect balance of ridiculousness, and we have an actual story you can follow along more easily than the other two.
Yeah.
And all the characters are fantastic, including Junkyard Sal. Except I don't want to see her get banged by everybody and anyone and everyone. But everyone else I'm cool with. The backdoor action's fucking hilarious. I think Nip Tuck has some owes Russ some fucking money, because there's a whole scenario where he can't have sex with a woman looking at her. I know this is backdoor activity, but like in Nip Tuck, it's always doggy. So, you guys watch Nip Tuck?
I did.
I did. I kind of checked out. I need to maybe go back. The characters, I was like, man, it
was great, dude. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, But anyway, he owes them some money. Everything else, though, fuck yeah. This movie's, I was going to have to use a different R. This movie's ridiculous and awesome.
I felt it.
How it ends, too, where it's still just, yeah, I like what I like, but I can do this other thing. Great. Fun fucking time. This was my favorite of the three.
Really?
It does. I beat it out just by a little bit.
Wow,
Even with the
Was it the lesbian nurse and gay doctor segment? That was
that was fucking hilarious. No, just I liked everybody, dude. I don't know. Like if we could have had Homegirl in here calling Junkyard Sale, have them beef. It would have been perfect.
The scene where the doctor's got him like just trapped in the closet and he starts cutting it open with the chainsaw. I'm like, this is just fucking this is just fucking hilarious.
And our main guy, he's like sympathetic enough for him, like, you know what? Cut him some slack. He's just trying to get by and get off.
One of my favorite lines in this one, I don't eat pussy, it's not American. And some weird humor in this one. There's some toilet humor, like just like that shovel scene. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? This is just strange. But again, they don't make them like this anymore. Broken record. They don't make them like that. They can't. Like, I don't even know if I could recapture this humor if I had unlimited money to do it. I just don't know that I could make it feel like a proper Russ Meyer movie. But yeah, where does this rank for you, Todd? Like I'm assuming pretty high.
Oh shit. Yeah, it is. Like all the Vixen in the trilogy are pretty high. Like that I've mentioned Up, which hopefully that's in the next batch, because that's a I'd like to see maybe like one of the black and white ones. Like if we're gonna jump around now, kind of give a little bit, and then maybe they can throw out some of the nudie cuties, so people will grab all three. But where does it rank? Like if we're going in just with the Vixens,
the upper echelon, I guess.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah. This one's certainly up there for me too. And again, Kitten Natividad. Oof. And she was very beautiful in her later years too. Like she was always quite the looker, and not just boob lovers, ass lovers. In this one, you get quite a bit, quite a bit for you. So, what do you gentlemen rate this?
I am going to give this one a 5 out of 5.
Okay,
I really enjoyed this one,
and a 5 out of 5 for me.
Yeah, I got to give this one 5 too. Like I said, I'm going to be kind of just a mark with this, but
now,
yeah. Also, old time religion when she's fucking him to old time religion.
But now we got to rank them. What are you going to rank them? That's the question. Pugs, you kind of already did, so you want to go first?
Oh yeah. Then it's Beneath the Valley of the ULTRA-VIXENS is number 1. Vixen is number 2, and then SUPERVIXENS is number 3. But they're all fucking awesome, and I wish we had more, which is why I'm a little disappointed that there's not a underneath the beneath the Ultra Valley.
Mega Vixens was the alternate name for Up. I did double check it.
Yeah,
but it came before this one. I want one after that follows everybody.
It's kind of a tough ranking. I do have a lot of love for that first movie, which I guess really would be the least crazy of the 3, although it's still pretty nuts. But I don't know. I don't have a good answer.
I'm stuck on it too. But if gun to my head, they're all so close. But I'd probably have to go Vixen, Beneath, and Super. And even that's close because Super can be, I can like that one more than this because of Charles. So it's one of those things where it's like they're all 5. So for me and Dan, so I get why it's harder to rank them.
Erica Gavin, I would say, is the prettiest. If I'm just going based on the erotic content, I mean, Erica Gavin is
She's probably the most
But then
traditional
again,
beauty.
Kitten Natividad is pretty fucking close in her own right. So
There's only one Fogo in this whole series, so
yeah. Oh man, I'm shocked that we have never done Taking It Off with Your Love of Kitten, Todd. I don't think we did it pre-YouTube.
No, I know. Well, I one of the most expensive laser discs I bought.
I feel like we just keep holding off for like a new release, but we may just have to just do it.
Well, we held off on the Russ Meyer ones until I don't think we're getting Taken It Off from the Vestron Collector series. I just don't think we're gonna have that happen.
They need to speed up the Vestron Collectors series at this point.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, start putting out
Vestron, give it to me, and I'll tell you the next one. You got Taking It Off, Taking It All Off coming soon.
While we still have physical media, get this shit out, guys. Come on. But yeah, if you're a Russ Meyer virgin, this is as great a place to start as any. I think it'll make some fans. It'll get a little more complicated, like Todd said, with some of that other stuff, because early sexploitation is not something I recommend to everybody. These films aren't necessarily something I'd recommend to everybody, but I think if you're looking for erotic content, irregardless of what your sense of humor, I still think there's enough here for you.
I know. Though I think the most common ones people have seen that would be Faster Pussycat Kill Kill, and Beyond the Valley of the Dolls.
Yes.
And I think those two are kind of good indicators of his early career and his latter career. Because like you have stuff like Motor Psycho, Common Law Cabin, Good Morning, Goodbye, Finders, Keepers, Lovers, Weepers, that are all kind of on that, Faster Pussycat, Mudhoney, kind of era. Then you have the later stuff like Sherry Harrow and Raquel, Black Snake, which would be an interesting one for Pugs. Black Snake, Up, and so there is two, and I'm not even talking about the Nudie Cutie beginnings, because there is really like three distinctive eras of Russ Meyer's filmmaking. So this is really I don't want to say the last, but the later. I think this may be the most popular era. I mean, other than Faster Pussycat, because that cult's beyond just Russ Meyer, obviously.
Yeah, and he didn't like many people of his era. I mean, the rise of hardcore and video and everything kind of killed him. He didn't really like being viewed as like a
pornographer.
He didn't consider that, and I wouldn't. I mean, again, it's not like people are actually fucking. There are like I said, there's times where he pushes it right to the line, but
he didn't want the gynecological shots. That didn't interest him.
Yeah. I think that's the funny thing. God, I don't want to say like I'm recommending this to women, because there's a lot of reasons why I would not do that. But I do know a lot of women who actually like Russ Meyer.
He
probably
shows
more
them in very good lights. Like they're the heroes of the film. Yeah. If beyond that feminist bullshit, this is fucking. It shows them as they're cool. They're I understand why chicks are like this. That's their superhero. That's their action hero. Why would not?
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of women don't tend to like the more like
it's because they're prettier than they are, and it's just something you got to deal with.
As
a dude, we understand action heroes are way more handsome than we would.
The glazed donut shots are not as appealing.
But I think like the women like are really attracted to Faster Pussycat. It's like all strong women. Yeah, I think that's where his female base comes in at. Beyond the Valley of the ULTRA-VIXENS.
Todd, I have it. I'm sure you do too. Do you have, I believe, Elizabeth Starr's Faster Pussycat Fuck?
Of course.
Okay. I figured you did. She's old school story, and I know some of you long-term listeners have heard it before, but she is the one. I was at the AVNs and was at her booth, and that she was the one where I picked up again.
She's the one who sent her kid to go get the.
No, well, I didn't send her kid to get it.
Pretty much
But
did, dude.
I'm
You were the
there.
reason.
And it was like the raunchiest movie that she had. Like it was like Lady Ass Slickers or something. Like it was like really like fucking dirty. And I'm just looking, I have no
Of course,
concept.
Dan knows. He's like, I got to fill in the gaps. I need ladies' ass liquors 34.
He's acting like he doesn't remember the fucking title.
I
No, you
know.
know.
It was one of those. It was one of those. And I'm just
30,
like,
not 33 or 30, 34.
she's talking. I want to say maybe she was talking to Tommy Pistol or something. I can't remember, but she's having a conversation. You know, I'm just looking, and you know, she kind of just, the conversation ends and she turns and she's like talking to me. And if you don't know Elizabeth Starr, giant tits. Like I'm talking like she fell into the toxic waste and the tits just like
they're that era of the big fake basketball looking.
Oh, they're bigger than basketball.
Well, I'm saying like the big fake overinflated titties.
Yeah, like I couldn't get my arms around to hug her. Is like how big those titties were.
So you gotta slide in. Excuse me, lady.
So she like immediately like sees like the movie I'm looking at. Now again, not as weird when you're at the AVNs because there's smut everywhere. But she
At
like
the time of recording, AVNs
she
are going
just
on right
starts
now.
like in
I saw.
detail about the shoot and like everything. And
He's heard it before.
and I'm making conversation, like really nice lady. And I'm just like, do you have the other volumes? And she's like, I think we do in the car. And I'm this like younger dude that's there with her, like it's her son. And then she's like, and then the conversation got so fucking weird because she's talking about like the adult industry and how it's like changed and how she got into it and everything. And like some of it was a little weird with their son there. Like
Was your son a performer too? Did you take the time to learn?
No, I could tell like he was not having a great time. Like, it was a little crazy.
You left that part out every time you tell the story, Dan. That's where the fucking money is.
She sent him back to the car and it took him a while to come back. And I'm like, I don't even care what he comes back with. I'm pot committed. I gotta buy it at this point.
He went to the top of the parking lot and started debating. Should I?
Pulled out his glass dick, lit it up.
I guess I'll go back.
But yeah. I believe it is called Faster Pussycat Fuck.
It is.
So, yeah, check that out. It's a good one.
Maybe we'll review that when we review the other film, because I'm assuming we'll get a 7 release of that.
I don't think we're
Faster
getting
Pussycat. No, I'm saying when we can review that. You know, remember the time we used to review the mainstream one and then the porn parody?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to do, like, you're not getting as much of the Melusine stuff, I know, but I'll have to. There's some of that I would
figure
like.
it out. Yeah, we haven't done that in a while.
We may have to do some of it on Patreon, but maybe we'll do that.
We used
All
to
right,
do it clean.
Yeah, well, clean-ish. On that note, guys, we'll see you back here next time. Stay tuned to the channel for more Russ Meyer action, and also patreon.com/flashwound features. It all starts at just $1. You can check out some of our After Dark content on there, and it's all I've got for you. So go enjoy some big boobs tonight.
All right, money's on the dresser.
I'll see you in Disneyland.